Today I'm doing a presentation all about human immunity. I'll be explaining the first, second and third lines of defence. I will also be talking about categories of acquired immunity, specific immune system disorders and much more. What is the first line of defence? The first line of defence includes physical and chemical barriers that are always ready and prepared to defend the body from infection. These include your skin, tears, mucus, cilia, stomach acid, urine flow, friendly bacteria and white blood cells, called neutrophils. Examples of the first line of defence. Stomach acid kills bacteria and parasites that have been swallowed. Tears, mucus and saliva. These contain an enzyme that breaks down the cell wall of many bacteria. Those that are not killed immediately are trapped in mucus and swallowed. Special cells line and protect the nose, throat and other passages within your body. The inner lining of your gut and lungs also produces mucus to trap invading pathogens. Cilia. Very fine hairs lining your windpipe move mucus and trap particles away from your lungs. Particles can be bacteria or materials such as dust or smoke. What is the second line of defence? The second line of defence is non-specific resistance that destroys invaders in a generalised way without targeting specific individuals. Pathogenic cells ingest and destroy all microbes that pass into body tissue. Second line of defence examples. Macrophages. Macrophage means big eater. These cells eat or clean up the mess of dead cells. Neutrophils. These cells primarily attack bacteria. They are dispensable, rather like pawns on a chessboard. They rush to the site of incoming bacteria to fight them, but are easily killed. Neutrophils only last a few days in the body before they self-destruct, but our bone marrow produces more every day. Some bacteria avoid neutrophils by hiding inside cells. What is the third line of defence? The third line of defence is a specific resistance. This system relies on antigens, which are specific substances found in foreign microbes. Most antigens are proteins that serve as the stimulus to produce an immune response. Acquired immunity develops with exposure to various antigens. Your immune system builds a defence to that specific antigen. What are the different types of immune cells and their roles? The cells of the immune system can be categorised as lymphocytes, T cells, B cells and NK cells, neutrophils and macrophages. These are all types of white blood cells. T cells play a major role in defence against intracellular pathogens such as viruses, protozoa and intracellular bacteria, and in immunity to extracellular pathogens by providing help for the antibody response. What is the role of the B cell? B cells, also known as B lymphocytes, are a type of white blood cell of the lymphocyte subtype. They function in the humoral immunity component of the adaptive immune system by secreting antibodies. BCRs allow the B cell to bind to a specific antigen against which it will initiate an antibody response. What is the role of NK cells? Known as natural killer cells or NK cells. NK cells are a type of cytotoxic lymphocyte critical to the innate immune system. This role is especially important because harmful cells that are missing MHC1 markers cannot be detected and destroyed by other immune cells, such as T cells. What are immunoglobulins? Immunoglobulins, also known as antibodies, are glycoprotein molecules produced by plasma cells. They act as a critical part of the immune response by specifically recognising and binding to particular antigens, such as bacteria or viruses, and aiding in their destruction. What are the different types of immunoglobulins. There are 5 immunoglobulin classes of antibody molecules found in serum: IgA, IgD, IgE and IgG. IgA is an antibody that plays a crucial role in the immune function of mucous membranes. IgD is an antibody isotype that makes up about 1% of proteins in the plasma membranes of immature B lymphocytes, where it is usually co-expressed with another cell surface antibody called IgM. IgG is the most common antibody found in blood circulation. IgG molecules are created and released by plasma B cells. IgE, your body makes immunoglobulin antibodies when it overreacts to substances that aren't harmful, such as pollen or pet dander. What is self-recognition and tolerance to your own tissue? Self-recognition is the ability of the immune system to recognise self-produced antigens as a non-threat while appropriately mounting a response to foreign substances. The balance of immunological defence and self-tolerance is critical to normal physiological function and overall health. Rejection of transplanted organs. Rejection is when the organ recipient's immune system recognises the donor organ as a foreign and attempts to eliminate it. This can occur a few minutes after the transplant when the antigens are completely unmatched. All recipients have some amount of acute rejection. Chronic rejection can take place over many years. The body's constant immune response against the new organ slowly damages the transplanted tissue or organ. What is an immune system disorder? Immune system disorders cause abnormally low activity or overactivity of the immune system. In case of the immune system overactivity, the body attacks and damages its own tissue. Immune deficiency disease decreases the body's ability to fight invaders, causing vulnerability to infections. Examples of immune system disorders. Type 1 diabetes is one example of an immune system disorder. The immune system mistakenly attacks the healthy tissues of the body and destroys the insulin producing cells of the pancreas. Rheumatoid arthritis is another example of an immune system disorder. Your immune system attacks the lining of your joints. This inflammation is not confined to the joints and can affect other body organs. What are the different categories of acquired immunity? Natural acquired active immunity occurs when the person is exposed to a live pathogen, develops the disease and becomes immune as a result of the primary immune response. Passive immunity is provided when a person is given antibodies to a disease rather than producing them through their own immune system. Active, this is developed by an organism by its own production of antibodies in response to an exposure to an antigen, a pathogen or to a vaccine. An antigen specifically induces the production of antibodies which can bind to it and neutralise it, while most vaccines work by including B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. What is immunological memory? Immunological memory is the ability of the immune system to quickly and specifically recognise an antigen that the body has previously encountered and initiate a corresponding immune response. Generally, these are secondary, tertiary and other subsequent immune responses to the same antigen. What are the benefits of vaccination? Immunisation and vaccinations help protect against serious diseases. Viral diseases cannot be cured by antibiotics but can be controlled by immunisation. Before the introduction of vaccine, childhood deaths were more common from diseases such as measles, polio and whooping cough. Although these diseases still exist, vaccination provides greater protection against serious complications from these infections. What are measles infections rate from 1940 to now. In 1940, there were 409,521 notifications of measles and 857 deaths. Moving on to 1960, when the measles vaccine was introduced, the rate of notifications dropped to 159,364 and the number of deaths dropped to 31. In 2017, rates had dropped massively. The number of notifications of measles was 1,693 and only one death. This was an adult death, late effect of measles. What is the basic concept of herd immunity? When a high percentage of the population is vaccinated, it is more difficult for contagious infectious diseases to spread. This is because there are very few people within a population who can become infected. Herd immunity can effectively stop the spread of some contagious diseases in a given community. It is particularly crucial for protecting people who cannot be vaccinated, people with immune system problems, and those who are too ill to receive vaccines. Programs and factors affecting vaccine uptake. Understanding factors influencing vaccination uptake among ethnic minorities during pregnancy, maternal vaccination is effective at preventing illness in pregnant women and newborn. However, uptake of such programs has been low in some areas. Barriers to vaccination during pregnancy are complex and vary depending on the context and population. Barriers include concerns about vaccine safety, socio-cultural beliefs, low knowledge about the vaccines, their efficacy, availability and the disease they prevent, and the absence of recommendations from the healthcare workers. I hope you have learnt something new today. Thank you.